features the MIDI Marimba, electric cello, guitar, drums, and vocals. The electric cello can go between actually being a stick, which Valerie often uses, or sometimes she brings her acoustic cello and just runs it through a whole bunch of effects and an amplifier. The guitar and the drums are your traditional guitar and drums, and then my role in the band is to fill in the synth part. Sometimes I fill in the bass because we don't actually have bass in the band. Valerie, the cello player, has an octave pedal, so she can go down an octave below where the cello goes. But her and I split the bass function, so a lot of times I would cover the bass on the MIDI Marimba while she's doing the upper range of the cello, and then we would switch and I would do soloing while she's covering the bass. So it gives me this freedom of I'm not locked into a certain function. I'm not the piano player necessarily. I can be the piano player, but I can also be the bass player. And then you switch to vibraphone and all of a sudden you have that completely different sound where you can just run in circles, or you can have a synth sound and just be the background ambient noise behind what's going on. And since the range of the songs is so broad in the band, it fits perfectly. I don't think anything else would work really.
You've had the MIDI Marimba the whole time you've been in Fluttr Effect?
Yeah, we had started Fluttr Effect a few months before I bought the marimba, and I was playing vibraphone, and I was getting really frustrated. That was that moment in my life when I was seriously considering moving to clarinet or cello or something to give me more expression. And when the Lumina came around, Fluttr was so young that we were still kind of looking for our sound. We still hadn't found it, and it was an egg and a chicken kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Having the Lumina helped us find the sound that we wanted, and it became such an organic, integral part of it that now I can't think of Fluttr Effect without it.
So it gives you probably a lot of, what's the word I want? It gives you a lot of range. You can do a lot more. It probably affects how you write songs.
Absolutely does. Absolutely does. The way we write songs actually a lot of times come from riffs that were conceived on the Lumina, or a specific sound where you hear something and you go, oh, this, we can work around this and I love recording on the Lumina mostly because you can record anywhere. You really don't even have to be in the studio, frankly, but the way we like to record with Fluttr Effect is we like to play together. So we would have separate rooms for each instrument, but we would try to capture that live energy of playing together. And the MIDI is perfect for that because I can be in the control booth and still play from there and hear everyone on headphones. And then the best part is, since it's MIDI, you can go back later and change the sound completely. So you can experiment. We've recorded songs where I've played a certain sound, and then later we would just go through the dial and put in different sounds, and sometimes it sounds completely ridiculous. But sometimes you find cool things. In fact, one of our hit songs was written where the guitar player had input some stuff on a drum machine, and that was the riff that he used for a drum machine, and then accidentally he put vibraphone as a sound instead of the drums, and the riff that came out was like, oh, this is a hook, this is perfect. So sometimes happy accidents happen that way. But as far as recording goes, I enjoy recording on the MIDI just mostly from the standpoint of you don't have to worry about the sounds. You don't have to worry about the siren going by outside and stuff like that. And the flexibility that it gives you. A lot of times we record straight to just the audio signal, so I don't like to tweak the MIDI. I don't believe in correcting notes and stuff like that so much. I'm not that interested in that. But it's good to record the MIDI if you're interested in exploring different sounds.